Well, hey guys and gals, it's me, Metalman8713 here today. How's it going? I'm here to bring you a brand new YouTube video today. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my Doctor Who DVD collection, updated Doctor Who DVD collection, which has got a few brand new purchases in there which I've bought over the last few years, actually. But really, to tell the truth, actually, I haven't really watched these DVDs in a long time. I sort of watch them on occasions if I fancy it, you know. But all still very classic episodes, yep. This is a classic Doctor Who DVD collection, which is mainly, you know, ranging from the very beginning of the series in 1963 up until like about, well, in the case of my collection, probably around 1986 when your Colin Baker's last episodes and second season. So yep, the DVDs which I'm going to show you are not in any particular order, but most of them are sort of grouped in like order of episodes. Well, I don't know. Really, they're in a bit of a muddle since last time I did this video. The last time I did this video was one of my earliest videos which I made a few years ago. In just before Christmas actually, so yep, we'll enjoy this video. Peace. Well, so again for my Doctor Who DVDs, I forgot to say that it's classic Doctor Who DVDs which I'm showing, which is ranging from the first Doctor period up until the late 6th Doctor period era. So, you know, so yeah. Also, most of these DVDs are not in any particular order, which I'm going to show you, but most of them are grouped in what Doctor Who it's in. Most of them are, you know, I think so, as far as possible. So, I'm going to be showing you each DVD again and be giving a sort of brief thing about that DVD as well. So, to start with, I've got a new purchase here, which I bought quite a couple of years ago, on here, Doctor Who. The unit files on here, classic Doctor Who stories on here with the third Doctor battling dinosaurs in London. Now that's a classic tale on there. Really enjoyed it. And also Tom Baker battling androids in Stigron, the alien in the story's version of Earth. Wait, but it wasn't real really, it was just sort of like a fake version of Earth, really, used, you know, part of the plot. I've forgotten what it was, I have to watch it again. But anyway, I got to see it, yep, again, classic Doctor Who stories on here, again, so yep, on there, yep, we've got another Tom Baker Doctor Who DVD, Mask of Mandragora, on here, from 1976, another great story, sent Sarah Jane Smith's penultimate adventure in Doctor Who. Classic. And yeah, look here, we've got Sarah Jane's final story, The Hand of Fear, on there. They're taking Eldrad back to... Taking him back to the planet which is frozen. Hey, and well, it ended up first as a hand on here. Actually, great story on here. Classic, another great one. Yep, brilliant. Here we've got another new purchase, Doctor Who, The Demons. Excellent storytelling in here. John Pertwee, Doctor Who, and put a great Earthbound story as well with the Doctor and the original Master as well, who was trying to get back, who is it on here? Trying to reawaken a demon, which is in the middle on there, actually. So great story, and I think this is one of my favourites actually right now. And yep, I think the third Doctor is my second favourite Doctor Who actually, to tell you the truth. I've only got one Patrick Troughton Doctor Who story at the moment. This is The Invasion, 8-part Doctor Who story with, this is the second appearance of Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart in unit, battling the Cybermen in Swinning, London in 1968. 1968 on here, and gets the help of this man, at the end on there in the second picture, but the second Doctor, Tobias Vaughan. Yep, fantastic on here. And yep, we've got a Sixth Doctor story, The Mark of the Rani, where you know Colin Baker finds this woman, female Time Lord, called the Rani in 17th century, and you know in Killingworth, and also she's been taking some of these people and putting these, you know, she was taking a chemical from the brain which promotes sleep, and then it ended up with a mark on the neck afterwards. Yep. I mean, without the chemical, all these men on there could not rest. Yep. And Anthony Hanley's master, a very great character portrayal of him as well, so a good story on here, actually. And so, yeah. This Doctor Who's story is one of the all-time classics, and frequently appears in that way too as well. It's Philip Hinchcliffe era, Deadly Assassin, right here. Great classic here. Yep. For those new classic Doctor Who fans who haven't seen this before, I'd recommend that you buy the story. I'd recommend that you buy this great storyline, plot, everything. And yep. And for those of you who didn't know, well, you might know this, Doctor Who had a bit of criticism from a lady called Mary Whitehouse in the mid-70s when Philip Hinchcliffe was producing, and then, I mean, she wrote letters of complaint about various episodes. I mean, she thought it was a little children's... She thought it was a programme for little children. Well, but it wasn't really. It's a family thing, not a programme for little children on at 5:15. So, yeah, it's usually for the whole family to enjoy, and for those who get frightened, hide, as they say, hide behind the sofa. Oh yeah. But anyway, back to this. Another classic here, The Robots of Death. Great story on here. Yep. Yep. They had all these funny robots. All these robots on here, and yep. A few of these Philip Hinchcliffe episodes are inspired by films, actually. You know, I can remember Robots of Death. I'm just thinking about something on my head where a robot's just going towards the Doctor, going like, "Kill the Doctor! Kill the Doctor!" For some reason, I don't know why. I was just thinking about that. Seeds of Doom on here. Last one in season 13. I mean, sorry. Yep, I'm losing count of what's it. So there's great storyline with the crinoids and everything get infected by an alien seed, which somebody finds in the Antarctic, and then one at the main villain's mansion. Then they turn into they get infected, and they turn from that into that right there, and then afterwards it germinates all these pods around, and then you know, if the Doctor and defeat him, there would have been a lot of crinoids around, actually. So yep, this is another great classic on here. Great one, brilliant, fantastic. Well, anyway, got here Doctor Who: Destiny of the Daleks, another great Dalek story right here, and the second one with Davros. On there, and the first one with Romana too. So, excellent. I think I'm gonna make this like quickish, because you know, something I'm gonna watch as well. So, yippers. Got another Colin Baker story here, Attack at the Cybermen. Great one, brilliant, actually. So, yep. Invasion of Time. This is another Gallifrey story on here. The second one with the Fourth Doctor on there, trying to save Gallifrey from the Sontarans and also the Vardans. Well, you know, it was part of his plan, where he was behaving oddly, working with the Vardans, and then, you know, then afterwards later on betray them, and then, you know, it was part of his plan. yeah, you're safe Gallifrey, you know, actually, and Sontarans come on, they try to get control over it, then the Doctor shoots them with the DMAT gun. Everything. Great story on here. Brilliant. Yep, got a classic here called The Five Doctors on here. Great anniversary special on here from 1983, and great to see a lot of the faces on here as well. Yep. But it's a shame that Tom Baker didn't really, didn't go on to appear though in this special. So yeah, well, still got footage of him though, so it still counts. Great story. We've got this Doctor Who story in my mind's okay, but not the best. The Leisure Hive. Well, the Leisure Hive on here. Tom Baker's first one. Tom Baker's 7th and final season, and the first of GNT. Actually, he made a few of these changes that Tom Baker didn't agree with, changing his costume, the theme music, companions, you know, and also Tom was on the programme for so long at that time, and then he decided that's one of the reasons why he decided to leave. So, yep, well, anyway, the story's alright, but not the best, so, yeah. Image at the Fendal on here. Yep, I've got to say, I love the mid-70s Doctor Who Philip Hinchcliffe stories. I think they're among the best Doctor Who stories ever. This is one of the last with the Gothic themes in there before it became all light-hearted and everything. So yeah, this is a good story. Everything excellent. Yep. Where they find a Fendal skull, which was found in the BC years, and then afterwards turned one of the scientists into a Fendal and everything. Yep. This is probably one of my favourite Tom Baker Doctor Who stories. This may be probably among me top 5 actually. The Talons of Wen Cheyenne, another great story that I'd recommend, like, you know, newcomers to classic Doctor Who to watch and everything. Great. This is a classic story, all time classic actually. Brilliant, fantastic. Actually, yep. Horror Fan Rock on here, another great Doctor Who story on there. So, yep. And I forgot to say, Talons of Wen Cheyenne, it's partly inspired by Jack the Ripper a little bit in the story, so you might want to, so, you know, well, yep. Creature from the Pit, right here, this one's alright. An alright Doctor Who story on here, and also got Romana 2 trying to look like her first one, where she was all first incarnation where she was all glamorous and everything. So, yep, this story's alright, good, and everything. I think this is one of your last great Tom Baker Doctor Who stories here. City of Death, it's here, brilliant. Set in Paris and everything. Great location for the story, and also had Scaroff in the middle, the alien. He had 7 versions of himself in time and space, which, you know, he was trying to travel back in time, get the professor of his to build a machine to travel back in time. It kills him, the professor, and then ends up travelling back in time to try to, like, revert time. Well, in the Doctor Who universe, his spaceship but exploded, and that's what you're caused. In the Doctor Who universe anyway, well, the birth of the human race on there. So yeah, this is another favourite of mine. Brilliant. Another new purchase here, Doctor Who: The Beginning, the box set containing the very first 3 classic William Hartnell stories. Got the first, second, and third stories here. An Unearthly Child, the Daleks, which Doctor Who became popular from at first, and then The Edge of Destruction, and then, you know, Barbara and Ian have started to, you know, become more, well, the Doctor started to become more friendly towards them, I think, after this trilogy. We've got An Unearthly Child. I got to say, these are all great classics in my mind. And got the Daleks right here, containing the very first appearance of, well, we know what's famous on there, the Daleks. And we've got here The Edge of Destruction, another great story on here where, you know, I think something where something happened, and then afterwards they you know, Ian and Barbara got accused of sabotage, and then got into this. There was this whitish void which they had to try and get out of. So yeah, classic story. How long have I got left? Just a second. Sorry. 13 minutes. Okay. Yeah. I was just double checking how long I've got left on there. 13 minutes, 7 minutes. I think this is probably going to be 2 parts off. The camera clicks off. You know, yeah. I think this is probably my favourite Peter Davison Doctor Who story. This is another new purchase of mine, Black Orchid. This is a great story set in the 1920s. Great storyline, great plot, and you know, they had a brother in the house with a funny mangled face, and then he was trying to get what almost looked like the Doctor's companion Nyssa, but you know, there was a lady somewhere who looked like her called Aunt Hubbold, which you know, and a counterpart Nyssa got taken by this man upstairs. Well, upstairs onto the roof. I'm not going to explain the whole storyline. Well, I suppose it's a great story. I'd recommend buy it. And you know, and they thought the Doctor caused a few of the murders, but I think it was the one with the funny face, you know, the mangled face on there, the one in the clown costume. Well, anyway, I'm not going to explain about the storyline all day. I've got the 3 Doctors here, the 10th. I'm just going to speed up a little bit. You know, great classic anniversary story on here, and also the last appearance of William Hartnell on there. So, yep. Did you know when he was recording, I mean, his health was in a bit of decline at the time. Well, he's a great actor. William Hartnell alongside the other 2 as well. They're all good. They're a great trilogy of actors on there. Well, his health was in decline at the time, but and then when he came to rehearsing his line, he read cue cards when he did this bit. So, yep, as we got here the Sontaran experiment, a great 2-part on here featuring the 2nd appearance at the Sontarans and special value edition too. Yep, brilliant story on here. Quite enjoy it. Yep. Nice, great little filler, actually, to watch. Actually, when I'm if I fancy it, we've got a Doctor Who story partly inspired by Frankenstein here. I think by Frankenstein. This is one of my favourites. The Brain of Morbius on here. Brilliant story. Excellent. Yep. Hey. This is another favourite Tom Baker Doctor Who story of mine, and possibly, you know, if this is one of your classic favourites too, Genesis of the Daleks, a great classic. This is an all-time classic Doctor Who story, up there in the great Doctor Who episodes. So yeah, great story, brilliant. We've got. Ooh, these DVDs are stuck together. 1 minute. We've got Tom Baker's first adventure, Robot. Excellent, actually. Yep. When the 3rd Doctor regenerated into the 4th, the 4th Doctor was a bit delirious for a little while, and then he settled in afterwards. You know, he almost nearly went off without fighting the robot. He went to Soden. Oh, hello. Come to see me off, have you? Well, I really hate goodbyes. I should slip away quietly. And Sarah was like, no, you can't go. He's like, can't. There's no such word as can't. He's and we're like, oh, why not? The Brigadier needs you, don't you, Brigadier? Yes, depending on you. And then it started coming back to him afterwards. Another great story. This is inspired by the movie Forbidden Planet. Planet of Evil. Brilliant on here. Fantastic. Pyramids of Mars on here. I think this is inspired by. I'll have to have a look up about what inspired Pyramids of Mars. But classic story again, brilliant. Another great John Pertwee one here with all. This is the story with the green maggots. The Green Death on here, set in Wales, in I think this is Lan Fairfax. That's where it was, you know. The classic story on here. Brilliant. Yep. Yep. Doctor Who and Joe, I think there were two great companions on there actually when they were together. There was one bit where they're on the bit was said, where do you want to go? It said, where you go? Where are you thinking of going? Joe said, well, South Wales, of course. Lan Fairfax. Oh, Joe. And they were both going like, honestly, Doctor, you never listen to a word I say. Well, yeah. Anyway, back to this. I'm going off track a bit. You know, well, anyway, Doctor Who, The Time Warrior, classic story, brilliant. First appearance of Sarah Jane Smith, and The Ark in Space. Yep. Well, I think I'm going to stop this part of the video here now. I'm going to go on to part 2. I'll see you